Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Prince Nevutalu, members of Council who are here this evening, members of the Executive Management of CPUT, deans of faculties, academic and administrative staff of CPUT, distinguished guests, our graduates here this evening, family and friends of our graduates, good evening. Sanbonani, Dumelang, Eitada, Wola Sepet. Vice-Chancellor, I'm indeed happy to be joining you at this very important occasion. I'm particularly humbled by the honor bestowed upon me to say something and share this amazing day with the graduates and their families as well as your team. I'm therefore deeply indebted to the organizers of this memorable event for the opportunity afforded me. No doubt there exists an impressive pool of scholars and academics here this evening who are able to make better contributions than I can. I hope that the graduates will find something of interest in my modest address. Let me start by congratulating the graduates whose success we're celebrating here this evening. Indeed, graduates, your hard work has culminated in this momentous occasion. Any graduation ceremony, and this one in particular, remains one of the most memorable events in anybody's life. More so in your life as graduates. I think it is also a very important occasion for our parents and families, spouses, partners who've journeyed with you as you are going through your qualifications. So this graduation comes at the end of a long journey of academic and social preparations. By this ceremony, you are being told that you are now prepared to begin your life to achieve your life purpose. And as we came in, I saw the big banner outside saying, the university's vision is to create in the next 10 years, creating futures. And I think your future is here, unfortunately. This graduation also indicates that your parents, families, sponsors, all those who have invested in your education can also look back and celebrate with you. But like you parents, when I graduated my daughter at Rhodes last year and she said she wanted to do an honors, I said, I'm sorry my daughter, this is how far I can go. Any more you want to do, you would have to work hard for. Let me take this opportunity, Vice-Chancellor, to congratulate the university for releasing into the labor market, and I'm told that there are 500 graduates gathered here today. I've also been reliably informed that this year the university will be graduating 7,000 students, 84 masters, and 12 doctorates. This is really an excellent achievement for the university. I note with gratification that all these graduates have pursued programs in key areas central to the country's economic development priorities and scarce and critical skills in line with the objectives of the National Skills Development Strategy. This is indeed a remarkable achievement, as these are the cardinal drivers of our vision. The mandate of universities remains that of teaching, development, and research. However, I would like to argue that innovation and knowledge incubation centers are increasingly being viewed as critical links with end users. This also provides opportunities for research application to solve societal problems through extension work and other outreach activities. To this end, the role of research cannot be overemphasized. I have to note that this university has established a division of research to encourage the production of academic and applied research in the business sector. This is true for a university that is serious about breaking new ground and changing the business scene. And CPUT, in my view, is that university. I note, as a response to the growing demand for human resource development in our country, that CPUT is in the forefront of contributing to the pool of highly qualified learners who will address the scarce and critical skills challenges in our country, and in particular in the wholesale and retail sector. As one of its initiatives to partner and collaborate with universities and to encourage academic and applied research production, the WNR-SETA has, in partnership with CPUT, established the chair of retail as well as the Retail Academy, and this initiative was started in 2012, and an amount of 20 million has been invested in this regards. Through your retail department, the university, I am convinced, will provide the sector, as you quote, a pool of national and international graduates that meets the sector's demographic profile and developmental needs to develop the businesses, including expansion into Africa. Vice Chancellor, this is the way it should be. I say this because we in the WNR-SETA have noted that in our noble effort to create more opportunities for South Africans to access higher education, there will be greater demand for skills development in the retail sector. I wish to encourage you and your colleagues to continue on this path and increase your efforts in mainstreaming the education and skills development of young people in our country. Let me take this opportunity to underscore the need for each university to establish partnerships with SETAs to ensure a pool of suitably qualified and experienced entrants for the sector and improve skills levels of the current workforce in the sector as well. In addition, universities are expected to continuously try to benchmark with other universities, not only in this country, in the region, but also globally. This will definitely ensure the global competitiveness of our graduates. Furthermore, in order to increase access to higher education and training institutions, the WNR-SETA has been in the forefront of providing bursaries to poor and deserving students at institutions of higher learning in the country. Given the large number of students who require financial assistance in our country, the WNR-SETA has made a contribution to sponsor close to about 2,400 students to the tune of 200 million, and an additional 486 bursaries to employed learners in the wholesale and retail sector. I'm very happy to report that of the number of students we sponsored last year, 940 of this cohort have completed their studies last year. There are very few universities, including TVET colleges, which offer retail qualifications in our country. In fact, I could almost add that there are 6, including the newly established Northern Cape University. I'm also aware that many needy and deserving students are also enrolled in your Department of Retail at CPUT. from national diploma to doctoral degree level. In order to contribute to the funding of these students, the SETA funded 153 students to the tune of 7.4 million last year. This number excludes 170 students that have applied and have been accepted for new bursaries, which will amount to 10 million during this year alone. So we continue to make a contribution, though it is not enough to assist NSFAS to make bursaries available to students. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me now turn to the graduates. It's your day here tonight. I'm glad to be the one to remind you that you are because you took the opportunity to walk through life eager and open to self-improvement, and that which is going to best help you to evolve, because that is really why you chose to study. To evolve as human beings, to grow into more of yourselves, always moving to the next level of understanding, the next level of compassion and growth. So it is true that as you graduate tonight, you're taking another step into realizing your dreams. Let me warn you that you may take several steps that end up on what might be a dead end for you at the moment. But this is what I also know for sure. You must trust in the words of my favorite Bible verse that say, and I quote, "And know the Lord will lead you to a rock that is higher than thou." Every one of us has a calling. There is a reason why you are here, and I know this for sure. And that reason is greater than any degree, is greater than any salary that you will earn, and is greater than anything anybody can tell you that you are supposed to do. Your real job as you graduate here is to find out what the reason is and get about the business of doing it. Your calling isn't something that somebody can tell you about. It's what you feel. It's a part of your life force. It is the thing that drives you and energizes you. And nobody can tell you what it is. I'm convinced that by now you should know it inside yourself. And sometimes you'll find out that you are employed doing things that you didn't think are aligned to your qualification. So don't expect the perfect job that defines your life's work or is aligned to what you studied to come along next week. If that happens, take the blessing and run with it. But if not, be grateful to be on the path where you eventually want to live. Abide in the space of gratitude, because this is what I know for sure, that only through being grateful for how you've come in your past can you leave room for more blessings to flow. Blessings flow in the space of gratitude. Everything in your life is happening to teach you more about yourself. So, even in a crisis, be grateful. When disappointed, be grateful. When things aren't going the way you want them to go, be grateful that you have sense enough to turn things around. Today, I look at you graduates, and I see that you have come away with something. You have emerged from your situations more resilient and knowing that you are empowered to pursue your dreams. And your resilience and spirit have given us, including your parents, more than what we could give you. Which now leads me to one of the lessons that I wish to share with you, the one about finding happiness. which we could talk about all day. But I know you have important things to do this evening. I know there are parties lined up and celebrations, so I'll cut it short. But this lesson will make no sense if I don't explain it with a reference to a poem that Gwendolyn Brooks wrote to her children called Speech to the Young, Speech to Their Progress Toward. And she says at the end of this poem, live not for the battles won, live not for the end of the song, live in the along. By this, I interpret her to be saying, you have to live for the present. You have to be in the moment. Whatever has happened to you in your past has no power over this present moment, because life is now. But I think she's also saying, be a part of something. Don't live for yourself alone. This is what I know for sure. In order to be truly happy, you have to stand for something larger than yourself, because life is a reciprocal exchange. To move forward, you have to give back, especially to our country, which has contributed to your development. And to me, that is the greatest lesson of life. To be happy, you have to give something back. I know you know that, because that's a lesson that is woven in the very fabric of humanity. It's a lesson that your education has enhanced in you. You have channeled your energy all these years into an act of growth and development. So I urge you, as you embark on your new careers, give back to your community and your country. I must remind you that you have your opportunity to use your education to do good. I hope you strive for more than the good feeling that service provides, because I know this for sure, that doing good actually makes you better. So whatever field you choose, if you operate from the paradigm of service, I know your life will have more value and you will be happy. Use your job as a platform to serve others. So I know this, that whether you are an actor, you offer your talent in the way that most inspires art. If you are an anatomist, you look at your gift as knowledge and service to healing. Whether you are a cleaner, you embrace your job as you would your home. Whether you've been called, like many of you here today, getting your awards and other accolades, if you choose to offer your skills and talent in service, when you choose the paradigm of service, looking at life through that paradigm, it turns everything you do from a job into a gift. Know this, you have enriched yourselves in countless ways. There is no better way to make your mark in business, in the business world, and to share that abundance with others. My prayer is for you is that you allow yourselves to be used in service for greater good. So I wish to end this speech with one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King. And he said, and I quote, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service." He said, and I quote, "You don't have to have a university degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love." End quote. So, as you graduate tonight, I know all of you have the heart and mind to go with it. And it's up to you to decide really how you will now use your skills. You've got the certificates, or you're going to get the certificates and your degrees. So go out and get the lessons, because I know great things are sure to come your way. May your service be the highlight of this day, your graduation day. I thank you for listening.